Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm your local shaman, Lady Lighthouse, and welcome to the Light Network. Today I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about the Sapphire Flame. I've started talking about it a little bit on my stream, and I think it deserves its own dedicated video. So we are off the cuff coming on to talk about exactly what it is, like what is the Sapphire Flame, some cautions with it, how to use it, and anything else that wants to come forward at this time. So first things first, I do want to say that true first things first. The Sapphire Flame has come to me probably about 6 weeks ago ish. It's something I've downloaded, it's something I've channeled, information that I've received, been anointed to use, and now to share. So I am sharing it in this capacity because this feels like the right way to share it, or at least like this feels like how I meant to share it with the world. So thank you, and also know that I'm sharing this information, and I also share it a little bit with caution because the Sapphire Flame is a very powerful tool in the energy realm of like energy healing, but it is not a very common one. I couldn't find a lot of research when I first learned about it, and when I first was getting downloads, I couldn't find a ton of information about it. And so what I'm sharing is all of the information that I've downloaded about it, that I've received in my meditations and my channeling. So yeah, that's just kind of where we're going and how I'm sharing. So, um, the reason I caution you, or I'm like cautious about it, or I've been kind of cautious about sharing too much, um, is just because it is a very powerful flame. So if you are familiar with in the energy sphere, in the spiritual sphere, you'll probably have heard of the violet flame, which was um, very associated with Saint Germain. The violet flame is a very big energy transmuter. The violet flame can be used, like anyone can use the violet flame. You can call upon the violet flame. I intuit when I need to use the violet flame, but the violet flame can be used all over your body with no problems. The sapphire flame, on the other hand, I caution. I want to like be cautious, or like put the warning up front that the sapphire flame is only to be used. I want to say it should only be used by those anointed to it, but I also am expressing that like you can become anointed to it in your own meditations and your own guidance with your own spirit team. So it's like I don't necessarily need to be the one to anoint you. It's more of like it should be used with caution because uh, if it's used when a person is not ready to receive, or their spirit is not ready to receive it, um, it can have bad effects. And the way that has come to me, or the information I've received around that, is like it can cause like a psychiatric break type of thing, because the sapphire flame, so the violet flame can be used all over your body, but the sapphire flame is meant to help with your mental health, and it's only to be used on your head. So if you use it on someone who's not, their mind body spirit is not like fully ready and accepting of the violet flame, they could have what could be likened to like a really bad trip. So if like someone had tried to do shrooms when they weren't in a good headspace for it, like you're gonna have a bad time. um so all that to say is like use with caution. You don't need to be anointed to it necessarily by me specifically. You can be anointed to it by your own spirit team when you feel called and when you feel ready. However, don't try to use it until like you intuit Like, you truly feel like it is time that you've checked in with yourself, you've checked in with your spirit team, and feel like, yes, it's safe for me to do this now. Yes, I can use it. Always check in with yourself. Always check in with your team first and foremost. So trust yourself. Trust your spirit team. That said, we're going to keep going. We'll keep sharing a little bit more information about it. So, like I said, the Sapphire Flame, super powerful, and the way that it's come to me is if you think about the power symbol of love, which I have on the back of my phone, these stickers. It's a symbol that's been given to me. But one of the things about it is there's this 12-point star right here in the middle, but there's actually 13 points if you include the point in the middle. And I've been reading this book on, Saved by the Light by Dannion Brinkley, or it's a story about Dannion Brinkley being struck by lightning. And what I've received is that there are 13 beings of light, and I think that's the 13 is important to call out. And the 13th one is the Sapphire Flame. The 13th one is that like deep blue, or like that slightly different colored bluer being of light that is just slightly more powerful. Yeah, I was just kind of checking in if that felt right. And then their gifts are just slightly more powerful, just slightly different. And so, power of numbers, looking at the number 13, 13th being the Sapphire Flame, or representing the 13th being of light, that's Sapphire Flame. I've also received that the flame is different than just light. Like, it is very specific that it is the Sapphire Flame. It's not the Sapphire Light. That doesn't feel right for me when I say it. So I am reiterating what I've received, and again, it feels like the imagery I get is like a sapphire flame, or like the imagery of fire, of flame, but in the sapphire color. What else? Okay. So that's a little bit about, its background, what it represents, kind of where it comes from. It's like, it feels like it's a very much like a gift from that 13th being of light. Now, okay. So now when we're talking about how to use it, so again, if you're an energy worker, or you're interested in it, and you feel like you've received confirmation that, like, yes, it is safe for you to use it, or you have been anointed to it, I guess I'll share before I share exactly how to use it. I've used it both on myself and on my husband, and so when I used it on myself, I felt I'm very sensitive to energy, or like I'm very in tune with energy. So when I used it on myself, I felt it like I had like a burning sensation in my heart and my chest, and like in like lines and cracks. Like it just felt like the burning was like going through in like different almost like electrical burning, like going through. Even though it wasn't technically like placed on my chest, that was where it felt like it was doing a lot of the work. And it wasn't super painful, but it wasn't 100% joyful either to experience when I did it on myself. But at the same time, I also felt like my head was like, it felt like my head just like became more like even keel, like or I felt like my head was being balanced, or like retuned or rebalanced to not swing so aggressively into the states of I want to say like in states of depression, because I had depression for some period of time when I was growing up, and I had anxiety for some period of time when I was growing up. And to me, it felt like that was kind of being almost like burned out. I'm not saying I can't be sad now or I can't have moments of anxiety, but it felt like that was being burnt out, and then whatever was taking place in my chest and heart region was like being burnt out, or being cleared, or yeah. And then I used it on my husband, with his consent and his team's consent, and he didn't report feeling any sort of way. But he, as far as I'm aware, has never had major health problems or major health issues, mental health issues, I should say. He's never really had any major mental health issues or been diagnosed with any mental health problems. And so he's always been more of like a level-headed individual. So I'm not saying it didn't do anything for him. It's just like he didn't have any sort of body reaction. So I don't know how it will show up for you. I don't know what sort of experience you might have in your body. I think it just depends on, what mental health things that you have faced in your life, and also kind of where you are now and how sensitive you are to energy moving and energy work. So that's why I said it's like use at your own caution, or like use/explore with caution. Don't avoid it 100%, but be wary. Be wary that there might be some amount of side effects. But I will say that mine like cleared up pretty quickly. Like I just had that sensation while the flame was like actively working, and then it subsided pretty quickly right afterwards. And I was just like, I kind of came out of my meditation and my work, and I was just like, I don't know, I just kind of felt more balanced afterwards. So again, just sharing my experience, just sharing the downloads that I've received, the information I've received, in the way that I've received it, in as off the cuff way that I can. So giving you all the information I know about it and how to use it, and cautionary tales. Okay, so if you've made it this far and you're like, all right, I'm still interested, I want to do this, or I want to see about like using it on myself or anything like that. So this part is for my energy workers out there who are like, okay, I want to do this on myself, and or potentially share it with others. So so again, if you're going to use it on yourself, trust in yourself, check in with yourself first and foremost, check in with your higher self, check in with your spirit team, get consent that it's like, yes, can we use this like right now? Or can we use this, yes or no? Is now the right time to use it? Yes or no? It's like, if you get yes, a yes. And it's like, is it safe to use? And you get a yes, then it's like, okay, then proceed. So yes from higher self, yes for, right now, and yes for it being safe to use, then proceed. If you get a no, don't use it right now. Now is not your time to use it, and trust that time will come if it's meant to come. So if you get those 3 yeses, then the way that I was shown to use it, because again, Sapphire Flame is for your mental health. It's very much only to be used on the head, and where the energy goes and where the flame goes is up to the flame. But the flame is placed on, at least this is the only place I've been shown to use it. So if you get a different download, trust that. But the place that I have been instructed to share, or have been guided to share, is it goes right on the back of the head at the base of the skull, where the mouth of God chakra is, or at least that's how I've learned that area is. But it's this like spot right at the base of the skull, the top of the neck. And so you place, for me, my primary energy moving hand is the right hand, so you'd place the Sapphire Flame, or you'd call upon the Sapphire Flame and place it right at the base of the skull, right there. And that's it. Like, you place it there. That is its one location where it's meant to come in. And you allow it to do its thing. You hold it there. You keep, like, focus on deep breaths, focus on staying connected, maybe staying connected with yourself, with your body, breathing through any sensations that come up, and allow that Sapphire Flame to travel where it needs to travel. But again, it comes in right at the base of the head, base of the skull, right there. And then when you're done, expressing gratitude, thanking the Sapphire Flame for its assistance, for what it showed you, what it healed within you, what it released within you. And thanking your spirit team, your higher self, your body, for their time, energy, and gifts in supporting you, and supporting your body, your mind, body, and spirit on this journey. Just kind of checking in to see if there's anything else that wants to come forward before I finish this video. So, Sapphire Flame, good for deep emotional healing. You place it on the mouth of God, on the back of your head. You leave it to do what it needs to do for as long as you feel intuitively called to leave it there. Not for everyone. Don't use it on yourself without getting those three areas of consent from your higher self, whether or not right now, or like your higher self / spirit team, if it's right, if now is the right time, and if it feels safe for you to do it. And also, don't, if you're an energy worker, don't use it on anyone else unless you also have those 3 confirmation questions from them and their spirit team that, yes, they're open to receiving it, yes, now is the right time, and yes, it's safe to do so. And if you hear no for any of those, don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. We do not want to cause anyone to go into a bad trip, a bad psychiatric, psychotic type of break. But it does have really profound healing. It does have a really profound healing, and a lot of work on the brain and the mental health space. Your head. So again, use it with caution. Share it with caution. Use it only when you feel called to. Doesn't need to be kept a secret, but use it with caution. And if there's at any time there's a point that you're, want to check in about it, you have other questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. My links are down below. You can email me, any of the things. I'm happy to answer any additional questions that might come up. If enough come up and I feel like a video is worthy, I'll make another video. Or if you want to be guided, or you're thinking you're ready to use a Sapphire Flame, but you want to be guided on that journey and to be helped on that journey, again, feel free to reach out. I offer other private sessions too, so we can do one-on-one work as well together. And if I feel that, like, if I'm getting those 3 yeses, consents across the board for you, then I'm more than happy to be of assistance and be of service in whatever way feels right, whatever way looks right for you and I and how we come together there. So, all right. That feels complete. So, thank you all for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm your local shaman, Lady Lighthouse. And this is the Light Network. Use with caution. Be free. Be loved. You are loved. You are light. You are love. You are light. You are whole and you are complete. I send you all so much love and light to you, your country, your community, and your world. All right. Bye, my loves. Namaste. Mwah.